Day 5, here we are, the Single Malt Review, journeying down the 12 Drams of Christmas. Things are really, really heating up now. We are getting into the real... They're making us work for our predictions here.
Drams have done their homework on this one. We've had surprises, we've had outright confusion, we've been thoroughly even bamboozled by some of what they've offered. And
I think we've done pretty well, though. Pretty well, but we're really only just beginning here with whiskey No.5. My turn in the tasting hat, and we will see what it's got for us. So, without further ado, bring it on.
Day 5. I'm slowly getting used to the positively fortified cardboard they'd used to make this.
Yeah, that thing is built to travel.
Yes.
Which is probably prudent when you're shipping glass vials of whiskey. I can hear the struggle in the
struggle is real.
We almost need tongs or something to lift them
Just
out.
about. They have not wasted space on these. Oh.
Alright then.
Yes. Things are, I shall say, afoot. I'll show you lovely viewers at home what we'll both be trying this time. It is, I think you'll agree, rather neat.
Neat as
I will say nothing more.
Neat as in woefully difficult, or neat as in I'll get it right away?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. Now I shall pour some. Oh. These little 30ml sampling bottles are really growing on me. They're a perfect size for a taster without being an overindulgence. Hence how we can fill several of these in one session. Oop. Let's go for even division here. There we go. If you'll proffer a hand. There you are.
And there we go. Alright then, alright. So.
Ooh. I will say no more because I want to hear your impressions. I believe you're more familiar with this than I am.
Okay, alright. Well, that's a hint. That's a hint. I'll see what I can do with that. That's it's pretty clean nose. There's a bit of... What is that? There's a slight sootiness to that to me. There's a bit of char on there. Maybe not to the point that it's all the way peated, but there is almost a bit of dry, almost coal smoke, maybe. I don't believe it's a blend, and I don't believe it's a grain. So, though I'll reserve judgment till I've tasted it. But I also don't think this is wildly strong. This is, I think, within 40 to 46. But again, I'll reserve judgment till I've actually...
Well, I will say you were bang on the money with that last guess range.
Oh dear. Okay. No, there might be more going. There might be something afoot here, which I wasn't, and I didn't give it credit for. I think this is definitely a single malt. This is it's the top end of 40. 40 going on 50. I'm not saying it's 50, but I'm saying it's above 45. And it's, this is... I believe this is Islay whiskey, and I think it's actually this might be quite special Islay whiskey. There is a concentration of the sweeter wooded flavours, and that, now that I'm thinking of it in context, that sootiness, that sort of sooty char, that's what gets left behind when peat ages out. Having tried a few extremely, and I mean, we're talking about tastings only here, having tried a few Bowmores and Collier's in their 20s, even 30s, as the smoke slowly dwindles away, and it takes a very long time to do so with extreme age, and don't even talk to me about the prices of very old Islay whiskies. They are insane, and they get worse every year, so it's a very, very difficult thing to taste, but I haven't encountered them at tastings. This sort of this sootiness is something that I have noticed on the where once a lot of peat was in older whiskies, and the concentration of flavour makes me suspicious as to its age as well. I think I'm dealing with something older rather than younger.
Would you care for a tiniest addition of water? I've had a drop to mine.
Why not?
Same to yours.
Why not?
This may reveal things, it may befuddle things. We'll find out. Very gentle adding of water for these small drams. Alright, I'll add it back to your hand. Here you go.
Now I'm going to give myself one out here, and this isn't a second guess, this is just me saving face if it all goes to pieces once I make my predictions. There's just a possibility that this is, and I'll be very specific, the 18-year-old Curiosardus from Benriach. That's my second guess, but it's not my first one because it's just too specific.
Your first guess though being that it's a single malt.
My first guess is that it's a single malt from Islay. I believe it is. I think it's probably Colila, and I think it's of fairly advanced years, and that's I'll stake my claim there.
Well,
what have we got?
Trying. It is a classic. It is the 10-year-old Talisker.
Well,
yeah.
Technically, I'm completely wrong. Well, no. At one point there, it was a single malt.
And also, you guessed between 40 and 46, I believe. It is 45.8 ABV.
Well, there we go. That's
You're precisely in the range.
But no, Talisker, goodness, it's been a few years since I've tried Talisker.
We've never reviewed a Talisker on channel, as far as I recall.
I don't
and
think
it's been a long time
no.
since I had one. I've owned a Talisker before because it's an abundantly available whiskey.
So I was close with Islay, but I was sadly slightly too far south. That's a very surprising whiskey. Talisker, sadly, I believe, is coloured, the normal 10-year-old Talisker, so we can't read too much into that. But it's, I wasn't lying when I said that tasted like a pretty mature whiskey. Yeah. Mature beyond its years. I think this is...
Yeah, that is a richness or robustness which is beyond normally what you expect for a 10-year-old.
For a fully peated whiskey, that's got a remarkable amount of mature characteristics. And well, like I say, we haven't caught up with Talisker in quite a wee while, but I really, really like this. This has got a richness and a sweetness that a lot of Islay whiskies of the same age wouldn't give you. They would be very, very, not to call them thin, but they would be very youthful, very sort of lemon citrusy. They would be very light bodied. This one has a real weight and density to it. And a sherried element as well that you normally wouldn't get from Islay whiskies.
You often get a lot of relatively young Islay whiskies which are matured in bourbon casks for maximum fizz and vim, which is less the case here. There's more, as you say, richness, the peat's a little subdued, there's more fruit, more maturity shining through. So
sadly that's only 1 point for me. But the real points being the whiskies themselves. That one, really good. Yeah. Definitely going to have to look into Talisker. Even if it's a normal 10-year-old, I think that's a really compelling sort of a whiskey. Yeah. No, surprising in a number of ways. Even if I got it mostly wrong. So, never mind. Onwards and upwards, or downwards and
sideways.
Yeah, one or the other. We'll figure something out. Come back for day 6
tomorrow.